Hi students, I'm continuing the chapter application and derivatives, and today I'm going to discuss some problems related to maxima and minima. It's an important topic, so listen carefully. This is our first question. Find maximum and minimum value. So f of x equal to 2x minus 1 the whole square plus 3. Okay, in this question we need to find out the maximum and minimum value of f of x equal to 2x minus 1 the whole square plus 3. So here I am going to use second derivative test, and we know that what is second derivative test. So first step is we need to find the derivative of given function. And second step, put the derivative of function equal to 0. At this point we get our critical points, and fourth step is to find the second derivative of given function. And fifth step is put all the critical point in the second derivative of the given function, that is f dash of x1 or f dash of x2, etc. If f dash of x1 we get the value less than 0, that means we get a local maxima. And if we put the x1, the critical point x1 in our function f of x, we get local maximum value. Okay, and if we get f of x1 is greater than 0, we get local minima. And if we put the value of x1 to f of x, we get local minimum value. Okay, so in this question, first of all I am going to find out the derivative of given function f of x equal to 2x minus 1 the whole square plus 3. So we know that the derivative of standard derivative of x square is 2x, right? So here replacing this x by 2x minus 1, we get the value of derivative of 2x minus 1 the whole square as 2 into 2x minus 1, and here 2x minus 1 is another function. So using chain rule, we need to calculate the derivative of 2x minus 1. Here derivative of 2x is 2 and derivative of 1 is 0. 1 is a constant, right? So derivative of constant is equal to 0. So here we get 2 into 2x minus 1 into 2 minus 0 plus derivative of 3. 3 is again a constant. So we know that the derivative of constant is 0. So here 0. Okay, and this 2 and this 2 become 4. 4 into 2x minus 1. So we get f dash of x as 4 into 2x minus 1. Okay, next I am going to put this f dash of x equal to 0 in order to find critical point. Okay, so 4 into 2x minus 1 equal to 0. From this we get 2x minus 1 equal to 0. Taking this minus 1 to RHS, we get plus 1. So 2x equal to 1, and from this we get x equal to 1 by 2 only. And this is our critical point in this question. Note that here only one critical point is here. Right. That's why the question says that find out the maximum and minimum value and not local maximum and local minimum value. If we get two or more, one or more critical point, the question is changes to find the local minimum and local maximum value. Okay, so this here only one critical point. That's why our question is we need to find the maximum and the minimum. Okay. So next step we need to find f double dash of x. F dash of x is 4 into 2x minus 1. Here 4 is a constant, so I write 2 here. And next I am going to differentiate to find out the derivative of 2x minus 1. Here 2 is a constant and derivative of x is 1. So here we get 2 into 1, that is 2. And 1 is a constant. We know that the derivative of constant is equal to 0. So here we get f double dash of x as 4 into 2. And 4 into 2 is 8, right? So next step, putting the value of critical point in f double dash of x, that is f double dash of x by 2, we get the same 8 as answer, because here x is not present, right? So the answer will be the same. And 8 is always greater than 0, so we get minimum point. Okay, minimum point. So at x equal to 1 by 2 is the minimum point. We need to find the minimum value. So putting this x equal to 1 by 2 in our f of x, we get minimum value. So this is our f of x, 2x minus 1 the whole square plus 3. So I am going to put x equal to 1 by 2 here. We get f of x is 2x minus 1 whole square plus 3, right? So I'm going to substitute this x by 1 by 2. We get 2 into 1 by 2 minus 1 whole square plus 3, and these 2 will cancel and we get 1 here. 1 minus 1 is 0, right? So this term is cancelled. We get 3 here. So the answer will be 3. So our minimum value is 3. And note that here the function does not have maximum value. Okay, I hope you understood. This is our next question. This is an important question. In this question, I am going to find out maximum and minimum value in another method. So here is our question. Find maximum and minimum values. First question is f of x equal to mod x plus 2 minus 1. And second question is g of x equal to minus of mod x plus 1 plus 3. And third question is h of x equal to sine 2x plus 5. And fourth question is f of x equal to mod sine 4x plus 3. All these questions we need to find the maximum and minimum value. So let us look at first question. F of x equal to mod x plus 2 minus 1. We know that the mod value is always greater than or equal to 0. So here mod of x plus 2 will always greater than or equal to 0. Okay, for any element of, for x is an element of real number. Okay, so here minus 1 is present. So I am going to add minus 1 on both sides. We get mod x plus 2 minus 1 on LHS, and minus 1, 0 minus 1 here, that is 0 minus 1 means minus 1 on RHS. We get 0 minus 1, that is minus 1 here. Okay, so this is our f of x, right? So this is our f of x. So replacing this by f of x. So we get f of x is greater than or equal to minus 1. Okay. So here the value is greater than or equal to minus 1. Right. So here mod x plus 2 is always positive or equal to 0. Okay. The minimum value of f of x is attained when this term getting 0, that is mod x plus 2 equal to 0. So putting mod x plus 2 equal to 0, changing this mod on both sides we get x plus 2 equal to 0 and x equal to minus 2. So minimum value of f is at x equal to minus 2 is the point of minimum. So here we need to find the minimum value. So next I am going to substitute at x equal to minus 2 in f of x. We get our f of x is mod x plus 2 minus 1, right? So replacing this x by minus 2, we get mod minus 2 plus 2 minus 1. So cancelling this minus 2 and plus 2, we get minus 1. So this is minus 1 is the minimum value of our function, and hence function f does not have maximum value. And this is our second question. G of x equal to minus of mod x plus 1 plus 3. So here note that minus of mod x plus 1, the value of minus of mod x plus 1 will always less than or equal to 0. So next I am going to add 3 on both sides. We get minus of x plus 1 plus 3 less than or equal to 0 plus 3 means 3 here. Okay. So here the maximum value of g of x is attained when this term getting 0. Okay, so I am writing this mod x plus 1 equal to 0 and changing this mode, we get x plus 1 equal to 0. From this we get x equal to minus 1. So minus 1 is the point of maximum, and we need to find the maximum value of g of x or function. So I am going to substitute x by minus 1 in our g of x. We get minus of g of x is minus of mod x plus 1 plus 3. So minus of replacing this x by minus 1, we get minus of minus 1 plus 1 plus 3, and cancelling this minus 1 and plus 1, we get 3. So 3 is the maximum value of our function, and note that g does not have minimum value. Okay. And this is our third part of the question. H of x equal to sine 2x plus 5, and we need to find the minimum and maximum value of h of x. So we know that the maximum and minimum value of or range of sine theta is lies between minus 1 and 1. Right. So here we need to find out the range of sine 2x. The range of sine 2x is also lies between minus 1 and 1. Okay. So if you observe our function, a plus 5 is needed. Okay. So I am going to add plus y on both sides. We get minus 1 plus 5 less than or equal to sine 2x plus 5 less than or equal to 1 plus 5. That is here it become 4 less than or equal to sine 2x plus 5 less than or equal to 6. And this term is our function h of x. So our h of x is lies between, our function h of x is lies between 4 and 6. From this we get the maximum value of h of x is 6 and minimum value of h of x is 4. Okay, so it's a very simple question. I hope you understood. So I am moving to the fourth question, that is f of x equal to mod of sine 4x plus 3. So we know that the range of sine theta is lies between minus 1 and 1. So the range of sine 4x is also lies between minus 1 and 1. Okay. So here in this question, here a plus 3 is present. So adding 3 on both sides, we get minus 1 plus 3 less than or equal to sine 4x plus 3 less than or equal to 1 plus 3. And in next step it become 2 less than or equal to sine 4x plus 3 less than or equal to 4. Okay. Here if f a modulus is present. So taking modulus on both sides, we get mod 2 less than or equal to mod sine 4x plus 3 less than or equal to mod 4. Mod 2 is 2 and mod 4 is 4, right? And mod sine 4x plus 3 is our f of x. So we from this we get our f of x is lies between 2 and 4. From this, the maximum value of f of x is 4 and minimum value of f of x equal to 2. Okay, I hope you understood. This is our next set of questions. Prove that the following functions do not have maxima or minima. So this question contains 3 parts. That is, first part is f of x equal to e raised to x. Second function is g of x equal to log x. And third function is h of x equal to x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. All these functions we need to prove that this function do not have maxima or minima. So let us start with first question. First function, f of x equal to e raised to x. So first step we need to find the derivative. So f dash of x equal to the derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x, right? So we get f dash of x as e raised to x. Next I'm going to put this value to 0 for finding critical point. So I'm going to replace this f dash of x by e raised to x. We get e raised to x equal to 0. And we know that exponential function, e raised to x is exponential function, right? This exponential function can never assume 0 for any value of x. So here we can say that there does not exist critical point. Okay, so if there is no critical point, the function, we can say that the function f of x does not have maximum or minima. I hope you understood. Here note the point, exponential function can never assume 0 for any value of x. Okay, so there does not exist critical point, so we can say that the function does not have maximum or minima. Okay, next I am moving to the second function, g of x equal to log x. So g of x is log x and I am going to find out the derivative of log x is 1 by x, right? And here note that the value of log x is defined for positive number of x. That is, the value is g dash of x is greater than 0 for any x. That means g dash of x equal to 0 does not exist. Does not exist in log x, in the case of log x. Okay, so critical point, we cannot get a critical point. So we can say that the function g of x does not have maxima or minima. So note that log x is defined for positive number of x, that is g dash of x is always greater than 0. G dash of x equal to 0 in this case does not exist for log x. So we can say that the function g of x does not have maxima or minima. Okay. Next I'm moving to the third part. Third function is h of x equal to x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. And h dash of x equal to x, derivative of x cube is 3x square. And derivative of x square is 2x. Derivative of x is 1 and derivative of 1 is 0. So we get h dash of x as 3x square plus 2x plus 1. Next I am going to put h dash of x equal to 0 for finding critical point. So putting this equal to 0, we get 3x square plus 2x plus 1 equal to 0. And we know that this is a quadratic equation. The solution of quadratic equation is minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, right? So substituting all these values, we get x equal to minus 2 plus or minus root of 2 square minus 4 into 3 into 1 whole divided by 2 into 3. So in this root, inside we get minus 8, and we know that root of minus 1 is I, that is imaginary. So the whole term will be will become minus 2 plus or minus 2 root 2i by 6. That is, this is not a real term. This will become a complex number. A complex number we can write as z equal to x plus iy. Here x is real part and y is imaginary part. So in this question we get x as a complex number. So a critical number is always a real number. So here it does not exist. So we can say that the function h of x does not have maximum and minimum. Okay. I hope you understood. This is our next question. Find the absolute maximum value and the maximum minimum value of f of x equal to 4x minus 1 by 2 x square, and x is an element of closed interval minus 2 comma 9 by 2. So here we need to find absolute maximum and absolute minimum value. So first of all, we need to find out f dash of x, and putting f dash of x equal to 0, we get critical point, and take the end points of the interval. All at these points, calculate the values of function and identify the maximum and minimum value. The maximum value will be the absolute maximum, and minimum value will be the absolute minimum. So let's start the solution. Given that f of x equal to 4x minus 1 by 2 x square, and first of all we need to find out f dash of x, and f dash of x equal to 4 into derivative of x is 1. Here we get 4. 4 into 1 is 4, and minus 1 by 2 is a constant, and derivative of x square is 2x, and these two will cancel and we get 4 minus x as f dash of x. And let's put f dash of x equal to 0. Replacing this f dash of x by 4 minus x, we get x equal to 4. Okay. Then we evaluate the value of f of x at critical point x equal to 4 and the end points minus 2 comma 9 by 2. Okay. So first putting the value of x equal to 4 in our function f of x, given function f of x, we get 4 into 4, that is 16, minus 1 by 2 into 4 square, that is 16. So 16 minus 1 by 2, 16, we get 16 minus 8 equal to 8. Okay. Next, putting the value of x by minus 2 in f of x, we get 4 into minus 2 is minus 8, minus 1 by 2 into minus 2 square, that is 4 here. So we, from this we get minus 8 minus 2, minus 8 minus 2, the answer will be minus 10. And the last point is, last end point is 9 by 2. The putting the value of x by 9 by 2 in f of x, we get 4 into 9 by 2 minus 1 by 2 into 9 by 2 the whole square. Here we get 18 minus 81 by 8. The value of 81 by 8 is 10.125. So subtracting 18 minus 10.125, we get 7.875. So if you observe all these value, the maximum value is 8 and minimum value is minus 10, right? So we can conclude that the absolute maximum value of our function f of x on the interval minus 2 comma 9 by 2 is 8, and occurring at x equal to 4, and the absolute minimum is minus 10 occurring at x equal to minus 2. Okay, I hope you understood. This is our last question. Find the absolute maximum value and absolute minimum value of f of x equal to sin x plus cos x, where x is an element of closed interval 0, pi. So note that this closed interval here. So in this question we need to find out the absolute maximum and absolute minimum value, right? So what is the working rule to find out absolute maximum or absolute minimum value? Find all critical point of f of x in the interval. That is, find point x where either f dash of x equal to 0. And take the endpoints of the interval. Here 0 and pi are the endpoints. And at all these points, calculate the value of f of x. And identify the maximum and minimum values of f of x out of the values calculated here now. And this maximum value will be the absolute maximum and the minimum value will be the absolute minimum. So let's start the solution of this question. Here f of x equal to sin x plus cos x, and f dash of x we get derivative of sin x is cos x and derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Putting this f dash of x equal to 0, we get critical point, that is replacing this f dash of x by cos x minus sin x and equate to 0 and taking this minus sin x to RHS, we get sin x equal to cos x, and taking this cos x to denominator, we get sin x by cos x equal to 1, and we know that the sin x by cos x is tan x, right? So we get tan x equal to 1, and at tan x equal to 1 means the angle is pi by 4, right? So we get x equal to pi by 4 as a critical point. So we evaluate the value of f of x at critical point x equal to pi by 4 and at the end points of the interval, that is 0, pi. So first of all, I am going to substitute the critical point that we get is x equal to pi by 4 in f of x. We get f of pi by 4 equal to sin pi by 4 plus cos pi by 4. And we know that the value of sin pi by 4 is 1 by root 2 and cos of pi by 4 is 1 by root 2, right? So 1 by 2 root 2 plus 1 by root 2 equal to 2 by root 2. And 2 by root 2, by rationalizing we get root 2 multiplied it with root 2 by root 2, we get 2 root 2 by root 2 into root 2 is 2, and these two will cancel, we get root 2. So that's why I write root 2 here. Okay. Next I am going to evaluate the value of f of x at end points of the interval, that is first end point is 0. So I am substituting the value of x by 0 in f of x. We get f of 0 equal to sin 0 plus cos 0 equal to sin 0 is 0 and cos 0 is 1. So f of 0 we get the answer will be equal to 0. Okay. Next end point is pi. So f of pi means replacing all the value of x by pi, we get sin pi plus cos pi. And we know that value of sin pi is 0 and cos pi is minus 1. Substituting here we get 0 minus 1, that is minus 1. So f of pi, the value of f of pi will be minus 1. Okay. So if we observe all these values, the maximum value is root 2 and minimum value is minus 1. So the maximum value will be the absolute maximum. That is, the absolute maximum value of f of x on interval closed interval 0 comma pi is root 2, occurring at pi by 4, at x equal to pi by 4. Right. Similarly, the absolute minimum value of f of x on closed interval 0 comma pi is minus 1 at x equal to pi. Okay. I hope you understood this question.